Welcome back, guys. So since I've been lucky enough to get my hands on a PS5, I thought I'd do a video about the backwards compatibility of Dying Light on the console. And here you can see on the home screen of the PS5 all of the options there. You can get your trending movies, you can download your add-ons there, all from the home screen. Obviously you have to install the game on the console, either digitally or on the disc. And yeah, I'm just going to show you now how quick the load times are. So yeah, this is actual real time. I haven't actually cut anything out. Although at this point here, I went from mobile phone footage to actual capture on the PS5. Had to use a mobile phone for the first part because I couldn't capture that on the PS5. So yes, what you're looking at here is the uncut load times from the home screen of the PS5. And yes, it is quicker. Unfortunately though, not quite as snappy as the PS5 titles. And if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll be able to see some footage I've included of how quickly the Astro's Playroom that's included on the PS5 loads up. It is almost instant, and also show you some of the beautiful effects in there that utilise the ray tracing. And also some footage of God of War, and obviously that was a Pro Enhanced game. And yeah, you can see that you've got a couple of options there as to how well it runs on this console. Right, now again, I've not cut anything out of this load time, and previously on the PS4, to load the game from the home screen would have taken 37 seconds. And I'm really happy to report that on the PS5, that time has been reduced from the Dying Light home screen to loading the game itself down to 16 seconds. So that's knocked a whopping 21 seconds off of the load time of the PS4, which is good news. Yes, it's not as snappy as I'd hoped it would have been, but yeah, to cut it down by a third, that's good news. And also, somewhere where you're really going to need the load times to be much snappier is when you're farming the stuffed turtle, which, as you know, I do quite a lot. And so yeah, let's have a look. So previously, to get into the stuffed turtle on the PS4 would have taken 18 seconds. And I'm happy to report, if you're someone that's in and out of here as often as I am, that time has now been reduced to 7 seconds. So more than halved, which is great. And yep, turning around and leaving again. For some reason, the time it took to get out of the stuffed turtle was longer, and that was 28 seconds on the PS4. Again, here on the PS5, has been reduced to 12 seconds. So you are going to be able to farm so much more in the time it takes, or in the time you've saved rather, from these much shortened load times in between going in and out of the stuffed turtle. So, has the game benefited graphically? Unfortunately, it turns out Techland capped the PS4 version of the game at 30 frames a second. So as a result of that cap, we're not going to see any frame rate improvements on the console at the moment, unless Techland come back in and put an update in there that's going to solve that problem. I mean, it still looks nice, and for the first time I'm able to record it in high definition, because all of my previous recordings of Dying Light were done on the PS4, and yeah, the limitations of that was that I could only make 720p videos. And to be fair, Dying Light's always been a very good-looking game, with lots of great details have been added in over the last 5 years by Techland, and I do think the PS5 has upscaled it a little bit. It's just a shame because 60 FPS would have really crisped everything up and made all of the motion of running around everywhere, which is something you do a lot in this game, obviously. It would have made it look so much nicer, and I hope Techland will come back in and resolve that problem for us. So yes, again, you've just seen a quick travel to the Old Town, which previously would have taken 28 seconds. That, again, has been reduced down to 12. So, again, almost a third that one's been reduced to. And travelling back again was roughly the same amount of time, another 12 seconds. So, very pleased to say that fast travel has been, vastly improved time-wise. And also another little test, whenever you want to, wait till the morning, and obviously you just approach your sleeping bag and press square. I forgot to record how long that normally takes, but it's almost instantaneous on the PS5. And that will also benefit you if you are farming certain areas that require you to jump from night to day. And yes, the last load screen I'm going to show you, I don't want to bore you with a whole video of load screens. We're going to try Hellraid. Previously, that would have taken 14 seconds to get in, which wasn't too bad on the PS4. However, it has been reduced to 9 seconds now. And then when we want to come back out again, on the PS4, that would have taken a whopping 28 seconds to travel back to the slums. And we've reduced it this time down to 12 seconds. So even jumping into this, the Hellraid DLC, the time's been much reduced. And as I say, I don't want to bore you too much with all of these load times. I just thought if I left them in the video uncut as they really are, you'd get a good idea for what kind of load times you're looking at if you actually play this yourself. Now, something slightly different, and back to my dodgy mobile phone footage. Sorry about the blurring there, but I just wanted to show you how the lights on the PS5 controller change when you are going in and out of safe zones, turning on and off your torch, and also throwing yourself to your doom, which I'm about to do here in the stuffed turtle again, just to show you what the red LED looks like when you're about to die, basically. And yes, again, if it's night time and you are outside a safe zone, see they're green in the safe zone and they are blue when you're outside it, I guess, to represent the neon lights. And when you jump back in again, as you can see, they will turn green again. So yeah, lovely little detail. I know it did that on the PS4, but it just, showcases the PS5 controller for you. So again, back to the graphics. Here I am doing some sort of fast movements with the grappling hook, and there's not very much popping going on there. It seems to be handling it quite well, despite the 30 frames cap. It just would have been so much nicer. I was so hoping that I was going to be able to play this game in 60 frames a second. It just wasn't to be. Now there's one place right outside the tower where there's often a graffiti. It's been changed every now and again, but I've always found that every time they've changed it, it's still got the same problem with popping. You can see that it's very blurry there, and you only actually see the detail pop in when you get close to it, which unfortunately has not been fixed. Dropping out of the game is just a case of pressing the PS button, and it gives you the option at the bottom of the screen there to go to your switcher, where you can go between previous apps and the one you're currently using. And also, if you use the option button, you can close the game by highlighting the Dying Light tile there. And yeah, there we go. Now it's closed, if you don't like leaving them open when you're moving on to other stuff. So here we go. This is what I promised at the beginning, some 4K footage of Astro's Playroom. And yes, as you can see there, that is the load time. I really wasn't joking. It is literally a second. And yeah, even between levels here, I mean, literally you run across this little plaza, which is like where you access all of the different maps. This is the first one, and watch, almost instantaneous, again with a lovely animation in between. Bang! Straight in to the first level, and straight away you can see all of the wonderful sun effects on the paneling there, and you can see a lot of the beautiful reflective surfaces. I mean, it's a little bit of a cartoony game, so you can't see it as well as if it was a sort of live action thing, but you will see in a moment. I'll show you a close-up of his head, and you will see some real lovely ray tracing effects. There we go, look at the back there at that lovely reflective surface, everything perfectly mirrored, and a little way from him there as well. Beautiful. Now, God of War. This is in 4K mode, I think it was. And just to show you, you can go into your options and you can change the video settings to favour resolution or performance. Now, if you favour resolution, it basically upscales it to 4K, and if you have it in performance mode, it will drop it down to 1080p but at 60 FPS. And there we go, look how crisp that is in 60 frames a second. Yes, it's been dropped down to 1080p, but the 60 FPS has crisped it up no end, and I just wish they'd have done this to Dying Light. So come on, Techland, please give us a 60 FPS patch. That would make this game, well, it'd give it a whole new lease of life at the end of its life, if you like. And I would personally love to see that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So anyway, guys, I hope you like this little showcase of Dying Light on the PS5. And if it hasn't answered all of your questions, then please leave a comment in the comment section for me, and I'll try my best to answer it. So, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.